introduce yourself.
My name is Senad Mehavic. I'm from Sarajevo, from Bosnia, and I'm an 18th student. I finished the school a couple of years ago.
And how did you meet Nathan?
I had another friends from Sarajevo who are also architects, and as you know, Nathan has a lot of friends all over the planet, so they recommended me to see him, so I came over here and met him.
How long have you known Nathan?
7 years.
Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Nathan is the greatest friend I ever know. I never had, because his willingness to get in touch with you and to follow your destiny and to be part of that and to really have such a compassion. It's incredible, and I never had anyone who is in such a short time becoming my very, very close and very not only advisor at school but advisor in life. That's I can't forget that.
Is there something that you want to tell Nathan?
He told me already that at 65, he's still alive at 65, but I think he's just starting his life.
Thank you. Oh, well, thank you. Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Marjorie Fossman. Happy to be here.
Okay, and you're a friend of Nathan's?
Oh, yes, we are.
How long have you known him?
We met on a plane, and he was working in Africa at the time. Told us he came from UCLA. I think we were flying in or out of Nairobi. So that was about 30 years ago.
Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Well, I think Nathan is a Renaissance man. Everybody knows how talented and interested in the arts and in design and in improving the look of the world Nathan is.
And one more question. Do you have any advice for him?
It gets better, that's all. It just gets better after the 60s. You have a much better time and you're much surer of yourself and you can really take it all in and enjoy it.
Great. Thank you.
My name is Bojko, Szymon Bojko, art historian and art critic, art and design critic. I'm from Poland, from Warsaw, but I came here to celebrate my friends, best friends, I would say, one of my best friend, Nathan Shapira, Professor Shapira. I came from Providence, Rhode Island, where I'm a visiting teacher, visiting professor, teaching art and history, European history. And I'm very happy to be here with so many friends of Nathan Shapira and his friends of his friends and friends of his friends and friends. You know? And I am among them. And so I remember the day when I met him for the first time. For the first time I met him 13 years ago in Finland, in Helsinki, yes. We were together for a congress of ICSID, International Association of Industrial Design. And we shared together a wonderful time in Helsinki, and then we worked together after the congress. We worked together in Kerimäki. Kerimäki is a small county in Finland, and we were asked by the local authorities to come with a group of the participants of the Congress and to work for a project to develop the economy of the little, it's not even a town, it's a county. And we worked for 3 days and 3 nights. And he was our head, he was our leader. Then, during that time, I understood what a quality, what kind of a person Professor Shapira was. Puisque je parle français, j'aime bien user des noms d'expression, des noms, un nom de qualité. He is a man with a highest, I would say, values. He understands art, and he understands life and its requirements, and the possibility of our time to develop a harmonious and to create a harmonious environment. Nathan is a good harmonious combination of European culture, Roman, Italian culture, Southern European taste, very good taste, and American rationalism, American understanding the possibilities, and to use the possibilities, and to use the appropriate tools to develop a human environment and human needs.
Do you have some advice that you want to give to Nathan?
And advice to live a long, creative life. That's my, not an advice, but a wish. I consider him as a brother by choice.
Good. Thank you.
Thank
Good.
you.
I'm Genevieve Marcus, and I have known Nathan for 23 years. And that goes beyond friendship. We have become brother and sister at some point. We're not sure exactly when that was, but neither of us has siblings. And so we have designed this solution to that problem.
Perfect. Okay, and where did you meet him?
At UCLA, of all places.
Can you tell me a little about Nathan?
His life is always overflowing with ideas and with people, with variety, and it frequently feels like chaos. But he enjoys having, bunches and bunches of ideas and things and throwing them up in the air and then seeing what happens.
And do you have any advice to give him?
Advice to give Nathan? I do so on a regular basis, so I only hope that he watches his nutrition a little better in the future and exercises regularly, and that's the bulk of the advice.
Okay, can you please introduce yourselves?
Of course, I'm Gladys Farage.
I'm Tom Farage.
Okay, and are you friends of Nathan's?
Well, yes, through my son, Tom Jr.
And Tom, we've met him through Tom. Tom has been teaching at UCLA a couple of days a week, and that's where we met him through there. And they've got to be quite. In fact, I'm jealous of him. He sees more of my son than I do.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Kellen.
Okay, and where do you know Nathan from?
I was a student at UCLA in the Industrial Design Department from 1982 to 1985.
Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Can I tell you something about Nathan that nobody else has? Well, we spent 18 hours on the train from Palermo, Italy, to Milano. And it was really quite an experience. It was wonderful. We argued all the way.
Is there something you want to say to Nathan?
Oh gosh, Nathan, you're the greatest. I have a lot of fond memories with you, going all the way back to that first beer we shared together. And you've enraged me and inspired me and been wonderful to me, and ti voglio molto bene.
My name is Ricardo Gomez.
Okay, are you a friend of Nathan's?
I'm more than a friend of Nathan's. I've adopted Nathan actually. He thinks he's adopted me, but I've adopted him as my surrogate father. See, my father's passed away some time ago. Nathan still has a lot of great sons, and so I think I've adopted him more than he's taken me. So he's very much a mentor and a father-like figure to me, and a very good friend.
How long have you known him?
I knew Nathan for about 12 years. In fact, Nathan was the reason I came to California from Boston, because it was the only program at UCLA that had a program on design for developing countries, and what Nathan had done, I wanted to follow.
Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Well, what can I tell you about Nathan? All I can say, I think I'm probably one of the more fortunate people, I think, that really know Nathan well, not from just his ambition that he's always tried to do, but I've known Nathan as probably one of the premier bridge builders in the world. Nathan has the unique ability of bringing so many people together from so many different backgrounds, and he has the uncanny ability of always finding the common ground or the common thread that links people from some most seemingly diverse backgrounds. And I think that is his unique gift, is being almost like this sort of reveler of common good and cause.
Is there something you want to tell Nathan?
Well, yeah. In fact, I've talked about Nathan about so many things. Nathan probably knows my family well in terms of my mother, who's passed away, but he's also known my immediate family in terms of my son and his mother, and the types of family that I've forged since I've been here in California. And he's been very much a part of that sort of nuclear family that I've had. And he's always been very dear to me and always been quite the inspiration, and always someone that I love dearly. And what can I say? He's will always be a spirit to me and always be the driving force behind everything I do.
Is there any advice that you want to give to him?
Yeah, slow down.
My name is Donna Solish, and I am an ex-student of Nathan's. I got a Master's of Fine Arts in Design in 1988.
Okay. And so how long have you known Nathan?
Since 1984.
Okay. And you know him from school?
Yes. He got me in to school.
Did you know him before then?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But he's sort of a father figure to me, so he's a lot like my dad.
Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Well, Nathan is he's a certain personality type, you know. He's very, very gregarious. You know, he's real warm-hearted, and he's very talented, and he likes people a lot, and he's always stirring things up, you know, and putting people together. And well, he's sort of like a second father to me, actually. And now that my father passed away, and my father was friends with Nathan, and so Nathan has taken on a sort of surrogate father role in my life. I don't see him very often, but it's often enough.
Okay, is there any advice that you want to give to him?
I think he should get married. Soon.
I really don't want to be standing here talking, but anyway, I'm from Ghana and I'm not in design, and I happened to meet Nathan through actually a friend of mine left Ghana, went to Germany and called me up and said, there's this incredible professor I've heard about that's somewhere in California, and his name's Nathan, and if you get a chance to talk to him, call him up. And I called him up, and Nathan said, let's meet right now, and we met in the donut shop. And since then I've just been following Nathan and enjoying being with him and meeting all the people that everyone keeps talking about. and it's a pleasure to be here and to be a friend of Nathan's.
My name is Fiorella Terenzi. I'm an astrophysicist and recording artist from Milano, Italy. Nathan, for me, he sees the past, likewise he sees the future and the universe. As soon as I described to him what I do using radiation from a galaxy, transforming radiation from the universe into sound, and with the sound make music, he was able to catch my project right away. And he was able to see the universe and give a wonderful suggestion. Likewise, he's into the past, into the beauty.
Is there something you want to say to Nathan?
I say that I love Nathan. I love his spirit, his talent, the professionality, and I think that he's a great visionary. The suggestion he gave to me was great. He said, Fiora, you need to find a logo. Think about, what you want to say, something graphical. So I thought about it, came up with a logo that is a galaxy, a celestial object with a musical key. And he was the one that, inspired me to think an extension of music from the galaxy.
I think his strongest point was trying to think about the needs of people in areas where they design could make life simply better, they could improve quality of life. So third world countries in particular were something that he focused on, and housing and other forms of products that might make life easier, things that could even be made simply with the technology of these developing countries. Well, Nathan, as you'll see from other discussions, you did shape my career. A person who's interested in design rather deeply, but also interested in people and the environment. And I think understanding the natural history of our species and how we think, as well as how we interact with the environment and how design plays a role in that interaction, is extremely essential, particularly in the years to come. So I think that in a way you set the stage, at least for my career, and I appreciate that. Oh, I just that I admire you greatly, and this has been a wonderful experience.
Hot wind, storm, sun, hot. Hot wind, hot sun, hurricane. Hot wind, wind blows. Wind carries away houses, horses, people, camels, donkeys, trees. Sandstorm you can't see. Sand blows. Hot burning sand blows. Storm of rain. Red, red like blood the sky looks. Red, red like red apple the sky looks. And red rain falls down and streams of water. I was born near by the Red Sea. The sun rises from there opposite to our home. Facing the Red Sea every day, every morning. My mother gave birth to my 7 sisters, to my 1 brother, and to me. She carried all of us in her womb. She carried us in her womb for 81 months. She carried us in her womb for 4,212 weeks. She carried us in her womb for 24,484 days. She carried us in her womb for 707,616 hours. She carried us in her womb for 42,456,960 minutes. All of this, my father provided. She fed us milk from her breast. Each one of us drank milk for 2 years from her breast. Each one of us drank 2 quarts of milk a day for 2 years from her breast. Each one of us drank milk during 2 years, a total of 730 quarts of milk from her breast. So my mother produced 13,140 quarts of milk from her breast. All of this, my father provided. She gave birth to us, she fed us, she washed us, she cleaned our bowel movement. She taught us, she talked to us, she whispered, she cried, she laughed, she sang, she mourned. She taught us good and bad. She covered us, she lullabied. My mother sings like a dove.
Yeah, my name is Morris Costin. I came all my way from Sao Paulo, Brazil for this very nice party, and especially as I know Nathan since he was a kid, I wanted to be with him at this.
So how long have you known Nathan?
Well, I met Nathan the first time in 1940. That means a very, very long time.
Okay, and you met him at school?
Yes, we were at school together from 1940 to 1944, and then we continued being friends, and now we are friends from on long distance telephone.
Oh, good. Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Well, what can I say? As a kid, usually you would say he was very bright, a very good pupil. No, he was a very nice guy. That is the most important. He was bright, he is bright, but he was a very, very nice person, always.
Good. Is there something you want to say to Nathan?
Yes, I want to say that now when we get, both of us, because I am already 65, he'll be 65, he's 65 together, that we will be able to meet more often, we will be able to see each other more and to think about our future up to 90 at least.
Good. Is there any advice you want to give to him?
I gave him once an advice. Nobody is meant to be single.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Ann Gray. I'm a former student of Nathan's, and I would like to wish Nathan a very happy birthday and to thank him for everything that he's contributed to my professional life and my outlook on life in general.
And how long have you known Nathan?
I've known Nathan since 1977.
And you know him from school or from where?
Right. Nathan was one of my former teachers.
Okay. Can you tell me something about Nathan?
Well, something embarrassing? No. Nathan used to drive a huge old Cadillac. And he was always preaching to us about how important it was to be environmentally conscious, and we couldn't figure out why he would be driving this old junker that used up so much gas and carting us all over town. And he told us, well, it's really important to get the maximum use out of a product once it's been manufactured.
Okay, is there something you'd like to say to Nathan?
Well, Nathan, I'm just really curious at what time in your life you're going to be able to sit down and look at all the videotapes that have been made about everything that you ever participated in.
And do you have any advice you want to give to him?
Oh, stay spunky.
I met Nathan about 25 or 26 years ago when he was working with design and silk designs, and in fact, we went into a little business together. He designed the silk scarves, and we had them made in Italy and shipped here. And we had a little business going for a while. Very successful. He did beautiful, beautiful scarves, as you would expect.
Yes.
I think because they're both very active at UCLA. Judy's very active at UCLA. And I never knew Nathan for that late a time. I met him about 20 years ago.
Is there anything that you want to tell Nathan?
What can you tell a man who's 65 years old? The question should be reversed. What can he tell us? He should be giving us advice rather than the other way around.
Anyway, he's worked very hard, and I hope that he spends the rest of his time having fun and relaxing and having a good time and keeping up with his designs.
Right. Do you have any other advice for him?
He
no,
does
I don't
need
need any advice.
He doesn't need advice from us.
Качаются ветки, у калитки тебя подожду. И на самом пороге беседки с милых глаз кружева ты веду. Отвори потихоньку калитку и войди в тихий сон. Ты как тень, а не забудь потеплее накидку, кружева на головку надень. Отвори потихоньку калитку и войди в тихий сад. Ты как тень, а не забудь потеплее накидку, кружева на головку надень, а не забудь потеплее накидку, кружева, а на головку надень.
Hi, Catherine and Michael Newman.
Okay.
There's nothing I can say.
Okay. And are you a friend of Nathan's?
We're a friend of Nathan's and of Shelby's.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. And how do you know them?
We know Nathan for about 10 years. I'm his mechanic.
Good.
I take care of the spare parts and make sure that they fix and run, and
Everything functions properly.
Good.
he will understand, I think.
Okay.
Nathan is, as he says, the brother, and I'm his brother where he never had. He's a poor one child only, and I'm a one child only, so we have both the same sympathies and feelings. And your turn, your turn, your turn.
And we love spending time with them, and
And we like him mostly for being so organized.
that's true. He's very organized.
And also because of his phone. I don't know if you ever called him. You never get him. You get only a fax machine. and the fax machine doesn't work now.
No.
But that's typical Nathan. But we love him. He's the best designer I ever met. Please take care of yourself. You're getting younger, so you need a lot of care. And I promise I'll help. But anyway, we love you. Be good. And we are really happy that we were here today.
Yes, I'm Hillary Kelly, and this is my daughter Zahara.
Hello. Are you a friend of Nathan's?
For over 20 years.
Where do you know him from?
From Africa. I met Nathan when he was the director of the Education Abroad program in Kenya. And he lived there for 3 years, and he was an excellent director. Nathan, congratulations. I know you will use this time well now that you are retiring. I hope you take some wonderful safaris, and I hope I see you on some of them. Congratulations, best of luck, and love always.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, too.
Yes, come. Joanne, I don't know if this microphone works, but we would love for you to say a few words to our birthday boy.
This is an honor to be able to stand before so many of you people who are here to honor Nathan tonight in Shelby's beautiful home, and it was a real pleasure to help put together some of this food that I hope you enjoyed tonight. I met Nathan in 1980 when we were both working on an Italian promotion, and from there we went to the Dante Alighieri Society together and did some cultural events here in Los Angeles, and he's just somebody who's always had so much energy. He makes me feel old. He'll say, let's go to a gallery, and we'll end up going to somebody's house who's a composer, and then to the gallery, and then to lunch with somebody, and then 5 other events. So by the end of the day, he's still raring to go, and I'm thinking, gosh, I gotta get off my feet. I've never met anybody as generous and as loving and as creative and talented, and there's a lot more I'd like to say, but it's an honor to be here to celebrate your birthday, Nathan. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Nathan. Happy birthday to you.
Many more. Would you like to say something? You hold it to your chin. Touch your chin.
Here is strength. It is very difficult to talk when you are overwhelmed. I was hoping that we will be all alive this night and connect the heart to the head. And I'm so moved that I have a very hard time to talk. But there's one thing I wanted to say. I've always enjoyed to love, but to be loved, it's not simple. And I simply don't know how to handle it. But I want to thank you for all what you have done. And I want to thank you for those of you who came from long distances, for those of you who have reminded me of incredible moments. And I want to assure you all that I will never forget this day. It has been the greatest birthday celebration I ever had, and I'm pretty sure that it's the greatest birthday celebration I will have in the future. Thank you for being here and for sharing that. I want to thank to Elina for this unusual architectural birthday. I must tell you that I don't know what to do, to eat it or to flame it. I want to be sure that somebody has photographed it.
Can you take a picture? Wow, if he's going to turn around. Oh, bravo, bravo, grazie, grazie. Make a wish.
I do. I can't do it once.
Did you get a lot of wishes?
Town planning.
Yes, good idea.
Keep going. Development of your years.